Welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's video, I want to go over something that I keep getting a lot of people reaching out on and asking questions about and where we are on it and everything else. I want to give out proper information because I do see a lot of false information happening. So DPF deletes, EGR deletes, any kind of emissions removal on diesel trucks. A lot of people are asking me, sending me articles, guys, it's legal now, all this stuff. Listen, it is still not legal. I'm just going to lay that out there. I don't care what article you send me. I don't care what it is. They have not passed any laws. They have not changed anything. Things are in motion. Really good for the automotive industry. Things are in motion. EPA is getting cracked down on some stuff. I think we could have some good news in the future. Do I ever think you're going to be able to go buy a brand new truck again without a DPF already installed, without DEF in it? I don't. I think that's a far stretch. But I do think that in the aftermarket industry, things are getting a little bit better. So we're really excited about that. Excuse me. A lot of my followers, you guys remember about 5 years ago, we actually got fined by the EPA. And I'm going to tell you the story just because I want you guys to know where I'm coming from on it. And a lot of these people sharing this information, remember, these people have never dealt with the EPA. They've never been fined. They've never had this issue. So anybody sharing, oh, it's legal, this and that. Yeah, you guys haven't ever messed with them. About 5 years ago, I get a RFI, which is called a request for information. They wanted all my information for the last 2 months of work orders on diesel trucks. So every single work order my shop produced for 2 months, I had to submit it to them. Has all my customer information on it, vehicle information, VIN numbers, their addresses, phone numbers, everything. So I had to do that. Anything that came back with computer flash, exhaust system, no matter what it was, EGR system, didn't matter. If it had any of these kind of certain words or letters in it, they red flagged it, asked me what it was. I didn't lie to them. If I did a delete, I said, hey, it was a delete. Now, we were already done doing deletes. Like, we actually had already stopped. So this was, they asked for stuff for like 6 months or a year prior. And so anyways, so we got fined. They ended up hitting me with a $180,000 fine. And there's possible jail time if it doesn't get paid in a federal prison. There's a lot of bad stuff that can happen. But then they gave me an option. They said, if you can pay it within 30 days, it's $22,000 or $23,000. So I went ahead and paid the 20-some thousand, got it taken care of. I had an attorney involved, ended up costing me around $50,000, give or take, for the whole deal. It sucked, but hey, I didn't serve jail time. And our shop is 100% emissions compliant now. We don't do deletes, we don't do exhausts, we don't do any of that stuff. We don't want to risk it. We are 100% emissions compliant. So I just wanted to go over that with you guys and kind of let you know, a lot of these people sharing it, they've never dealt with the EPA. And, you know, the EPA, they're still rating shops to this day. Like, I've got people that I've seen on Facebook where a shop got rated 2 weeks ago, a week ago, 3 weeks ago. They're still coming after people. There's a guy right now, I think, serving jail time for this. A 65-year-old man. I read an article the other day. He's serving jail time for removing emissions on trucks. It's a crazy thing, and it is a big problem with the overreach in this. I think that, you know, everything's going to come to a head soon. I hope it does. Now, I'm not saying that deleting your truck or not, you know, that emissions are not a good thing. Obviously, we don't want to be pluming black smoke in the atmosphere and everything else. But where the government's lacking is there's been several named tuners now that are good at what they do. So they're getting these trucks to run a lot cleaner. They're getting these trucks to emit very little black smoke, if any at all, after deleting them. I mean, they're doing a really nice job with them. So, which brings me to the next thing, tuners. One of the biggest problems I see in the shop, because we're getting like 5 calls, 10 calls a week. Hey, can you guys delete trucks? Hey, can you guys delete trucks? We still get them. We can't. We don't have a referral to send them to. So they go down the road. They find somebody else that'll do it. They do it. They get a call 2 weeks later. Hey, my truck's not shifting right. It's blowing a bunch of black smoke now, like in a bad way. Like the power doesn't feel right. A lot of it's shifting. A lot of it's trans stuff. And I can't touch it. I'm like, hey, look, you know, I can't touch it now. I can't mess with it. It's been, I can't do anything with that truck now. I can't retune it. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. And any legitimate shop is going to be the same as we are. Now, what people don't realize, most of these tuners are just getting these tunes from somewhere, because they're not tuners, they're just installers, and they're getting these tunes that have been, some are copy and pasted from 10 years ago, and they're just slapping them in these trucks, and they're not set up, they're not designed for your VIN number, they're not set for your truck. So, and they don't know who made the tunes. I can honestly say any legitimate tuner in the United States is not deleting diesel truck emissions and sending those files out. Nobody's doing it anymore. So you don't know where your tunes are coming from. It's causing issues with the trucks. But if they would give these legitimate guys a chance, you know, to show them what they can do now, I really think it would be really good for the government to see that. And I think it would be better for everybody. But I just want to give you a little rant. I keep seeing stuff, guys. We are a 100% emissions compliant shop. We will not delete your truck. We will not do anything like that along those lines. We're by the book. And also, it is still illegal. It is not legal to delete your truck. So keep that in mind. I just want to go over that. Maybe that'll change one day. Hasn't yet. So all the false information out there, I just want to go over it with you guys and let you know. No bueno. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of the video. Just want to touch base on that. A lot of people were asking. And enjoy the rest, guys. We're having a good time with our newest project. Well, as you can see from our last video, we are idiots. We bought a truck that instantly blew up on us, and we didn't need to do anything with it. So we have to put an engine in it to even do anything with this thing. I didn't think it was going to go that quick, but that's, you know, it was really quick. So we got the old Chevy here. We're going to be pulling it in the shop. As you guys know, we're waiting on some stuff on the other projects, so we'll get onto this thing for now. This should give us, you know, we're hoping we can do this swap fairly quickly. Maybe like a week, week and a half, we should be able to have this thing done. We're going to start pulling it apart now, get the engine out, clean this thing up, and then get it back together with a better, more efficient engine. So we'll get this thing pushed in the shop, start getting it prepped and ready. We're going to probably lift the cab off, kind of like we did on our other one, inspect everything, make sure the frame's good, all the mounts are good, everything that they did, and then put her back together, and hopefully all is good with it. So let's get it pushed in the shop, start working on the old girl. Love this thing. Freaking beautiful. Beautiful truck. Here's what we're working with, guys. As you know, it's got a good little 12 valve in it. Got some good parts on it, but we're not going back to the 12 valve. We want it to be really fun and streetable with good power and response. And 12 valves, man, there's just a lot of work to get them that way. So, yeah, we're not going to go back with the 12 valve. We're going with something else. So this is all coming out and going away. I might have some parts for sale. There's a compound turbo kit here for a 12 valve Cummins diesel. Well, now that we got the truck in the shop, we're going to start getting this thing taken apart. We just pulled the batteries on it, and we're pulling a couple things off. We're going to get this thing totally stripped down. We don't know if we are going to end up pulling the cab on this thing. I'm really unsure right now. It's a possibility that we pull the cab, but we're not 100% sure if we're going to do that way or not. Now looking at it, it might be better just to pop the motor out, pull the trans out underneath, and go from there. We're going to put it up in the air. We're going to look at the transmission, and if we have to, we'll pull the trans out first, because we're going to send that thing out, have it all freshened up, and then we'll get it back in this thing along with the fresh engine that we're going to be putting in it. So I'm not sure what we're going to do, though. We're not 100% on our process at the moment, but we'll get to it. Well, the engine's out. I'm sorry, the transmission is out, and we got a better look at the old engine here. They got some goodies on this thing, man. I'll tell you what. They weren't playing around, but one thing that you can see, I don't know why, but the engine is crooked as heck. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna straighten this thing up, make it a little nicer as far as that goes, and she ain't gonna be crooked anymore. Well, the old 12 valve is out, sitting on the ground here. Whew, we got some work to do. There's some wires in there that shouldn't be there. We're taking them all out. We're gonna do all new wiring on this thing so it's set up and ready to go. The new engine, that setup is gonna be a totally different style wiring, so we're not gonna have to use any of this stuff. We're gonna take all the relays, all the fuses, anything they had in line, whatever. We're starting from scratch, and this thing is gonna be brand new as far as the wiring goes on our side. We're gonna reroute some stuff, do things a little bit differently, just stuff that need to be changed. But the 12 valve, I would say she leaked a little bit of oil. Gosh dang, when we pulled the transmission yesterday, we were black, like when we got done.
I can tell you, this fitting, which there's a lot of oil that came from that.
That was loose?
That's how it was when I
good.
took the hose off it. So
Yeah,
that
you'll have
probably aids in some of that.
Yeah, a lot of good parts on this motor though, so a lot of nice pieces. Again, it had that compound turbo setup, which we're going to be getting rid of that. If anybody's interested, I'll check the sizes of the turbos and we'll finalize however that goes.
If you by any chance need an alternator to run a city,
that alternator is freaking massive. This was an industrial motor. He said it was.
Oh, did you see this?
This came out of.
You've probably seen this. I've never seen one of these.
Yeah.
It's got a clutch on it.
Yeah, this thing came out of like a bus or something. You see the oil pan, that massive, the way the oil pan is. Everything on this thing says industrial engine, other than the bell housing and the accessories that they put on it. But it is the same engine, so it really doesn't matter. It's still a 12 valve, still a 5.9 Cummins. It's all still the same. So, let's get to washing this thing. It is nasty. And then once we wash it, we'll start stripping wires out of it and getting this thing ready for its new engine to go in it. It's already coming along really good. This is all just junk wiring that does not need to be in this thing. You guys can already look at this and see how much stuff has been cleared out of here. Justin's been inside this engine bay, just sitting there plucking away at wires all day today and starting to get everything looking a lot better under the hood. So all that stuff, and there's even more stuff probably, it's all garbage. We don't need, there's tons of wires way underneath it. There's like pounds and pounds of wires. So all that stuff's going away. And we'll show you what we're about to put in this thing. So over here, and it was in the back of the truck. You guys know there was an engine in the back of the truck when we picked it up. But we're going to be doing a 6.7 swap. Now, we were debating on doing something different, but the reason that we went with the 6.7, this thing already had a Cummins in it. So we know as well as what we did in our square body to make that truck really nice and drivable, we put the 6.7 in it and it worked out really well. So our boys over at America TV, Brandon and Ron, they got us this 6.7 ready to go. It's a low mileage engine. It's got standalone harness that he had built for it, since he was planning to swap it into something. So it's already set up and ready to go, but we're gonna make it even nicer. We're gonna pull the head off. We're gonna check the engine out, check the top end out, check the piston, the rings. We're gonna put a head that I have, which is a good head. It's got screw-in coolant or screw-in freeze plugs. It's got valve spring upgrades on it, all that good stuff, fire ring. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that head on with a good set of ARP studs, ARP 625 pluses, and then some good nice push rods on it. We're gonna make it really freaking nice. So this thing will flow a little bit more air, and it'll be, the head only has like a couple thousand miles on it. It was the original head we had on the 78. So we're gonna smooth that thing down, get it flat, have the fire rings put in it, and get it installed on this thing. So it's gonna be a really nice engine when we're done with it. As you can see, it's just a pull out. So this came out of just a running driving truck. We're gonna pull that thing out, and we're gonna take it apart, and everything that we don't need, we're just gonna put that to the wayside, because we got a bunch of goodies for this thing from our boys over at Fleece Performance, S&S Fuel Injection. These guys got us some good stuff coming, and it's gonna be badass. So this thing's gonna rip, it's gonna have some power. So huge shout out to them for jumping on board. We'll show you guys what Fleece has already sent us to make this thing a little peppy. Well, these are always good boxes to show up. Our boys sent us some stuff, and let's check it out. All this stuff you can grab from Fleece Performance. They build a lot for the Cummins platform, from Freedom Racing engines like what's in the 78, everything down to turbochargers. They do injection pumps, all that stuff. So what this is for working on this thing, crankshaft barring tool. So you'll be able to bolt that to the front of the crank, turn it right over. So when you're working on this thing, you're not having to crank on the wrong bolts, and it's easy to turn over. This will be a billet cover for the CP3 gear. So the CP3 housing on the front, it's plastic from the factory. We're gonna replace that with a billet cover. Whew. This is actually a turbo feed line. So that's part of the turbo feed line. What do we got here? Turbo drain kit. This is going to be our coolant bypass. You guys have seen us put these on all of our engines because I think this is a must. These Cummins get so hot in those back cylinder head or cylinders. This thing is nice. It relieves it, keeps the whole engine cool where there's no hot spots in it. So the coolant bypass for Fleece Performance, and then the big boy here. Now this is going to be pretty epic. I actually haven't owned one of these personally. We install a lot of them on customer trucks, but this will be my first one. That's right, guys. Whew. We got us. Thing's heavy. A Fleece Cheetah turbocharger to go on this thing. This is a direct bolt-on factory replacement. It is, these turbos, we install quite a bit of these on customers' trucks. They come with a brand new actuator. It's still gonna be a VGT turbo for drivability, but this thing's more than capable of making 650, 700 horse, which is where we wanna be, and should be a 650, 700 reliable horsepower. So check that girl out right there. But still running the VGT, so that's super nice, and should be able to spool this thing quickly. Shouldn't be much lag. Should be really drivable if you want to tow a trailer and stuff like that with it. What isn't here yet is our PowerFlow CP3 pump from Fleece Performance, and then we also got some injectors coming from S&S Fuel. So it's going to be running basically a 10 millimeter pump, 45% over injectors, this turbocharger, obviously all the headwork and stuff that's going to be done to it. This should be a really good, clean running truck. Should run really well. So we're going to get back to it, but I'm going to get this engine pulled off the pallet, start getting it stripped down, get the head off it while you're doing wiring, and let's see how this engine looks. Hopefully it's a good one. Brandon said they drove it home, had no issues with it. They bought it, drove it home, and tore the truck apart. So they said it was so rusty, they had to basically strip it down. So we'll get this thing apart, and hopefully we got a good engine in here. So what we're gonna do is trial fit this thing in just to make sure. The motor mounts were already bolted into a different location from the 6.7 to that 5.9. This engine was bolted back here. And so these two holes were the front, these two holes were the back. So we had to move the motor mounts forward to match the other engine. Hopefully we have no fitment issues. I don't know until we start to put this thing in. I'm just hoping we're all good to go on it. So we're gonna start getting this thing moved around, get it in there, and test fit it, because we do think we're also gonna have a problem with the AC compressor fitting. We don't believe that's gonna fit. So we might have to modify the frame, kind of like we did in the 78, so we can put this AC compressor on it. Well, we already kind of threw it in there one time, and we had to pull it back out because she wasn't fitting at all. Not good. But we think we got her figured out, so we'll get it hooked back up and get it back in, and hopefully this thing will drop into the motor mounts and we can see what we have to do to make her fit. Well, the engine is sitting in there, and I do have some good news. It does fit. The turbo is gonna fit just fine. There's not gonna be any issues with the turbo fitting. We thought that was gonna be okay because it had a compound setup, so that'll be good. Right now, it is up against the firewall on the coolant bypass, so we're gonna have to massage the firewall a little bit, move that thing back a hair so we can get the coolant bypass to fit in there. Other than that, everything looks like it's probably gonna fit okay. The AC compressor, we already know. We're gonna have to cut this frame out and notch it so we can hopefully get the air condition going in it. And then the power steering stuff, that all actually fits, which is nice. We were worried about that. Yeah, it's gonna be a tight fit, but I think we're gonna get it in there, and then we're gonna work on getting this thing leveled out. The mounts are okay. It's just the way that it slides in, it kind of tilts over. So once we go to tighten it all up, we'll make sure that the mounts are where they need to be, and then it should be pretty much level at that point. Another project, guys, but we're getting her.
So what we got going on here?
Well, we got to make a little room for the AC compressor. So we're going to notch this out, plate it all back in, strengthen it back up. That'll be one of our first steps to getting this 6.7 in, because we want to have AC on it. And the only way to have AC is an AC compressor. So I got to get this notched out where we can get the AC compressor in it. And once we get that done, we're going to do some more work on redoing some cross members and changing up these motor mounts a little bit, get everything a little bit cleaner, make it look a little bit better, and go from there.
While my partner's over here cutting apart a frame and making this thing have air conditioning, I'm gonna be over here working on this engine. So he's on his way with that. We're gonna get this 6.7 tore down. We wanna see if, hopefully everything's good. Like I said, I got it from our buddy Brandon. It's a low mileage engine, but we wanna make sure everything is perfect with it. And then once we tear it down, we got a lot of goodies going back on it, as you guys already know. So get it tore down, get the head off, get the new head prepped and ready. Hopefully it'll be pulled apart, put it right back together. So for now, I'll tear this thing apart and see what we find.
What do you have done so far?
So we went ahead and cut and boxed the frame for the AC compressor to fit in. We shouldn't have any problems with that. I cut a bracket off. There was a bracket that went up to both sides. We cut that off, cleaned that up. You can see the front of this motor mount has a bracket on it. I had one over here, so I went ahead and cut that off, plated that in. I'm getting ready to cut that one off, plated in. But one step closer. We're almost ready, baby.
Little update here. We have been working our tails off here. So this is the 6.7 engine, getting her all cleaned up. Got it stripped down, cleaned all the oils off of it. Got everything there, got nice Craigslist paint job on it. We're gonna put a rear cover back on it, clean everything up, get it ready to go back in the truck. I gotta pull the oil pan. I'm gonna do oil pan gasket on it so everything is good, freshly sealed. So we're gonna do oil pan, rear main, front main, water pump seal. The water pump looks like it was replaced pretty recently. Camshaft seal. We're gonna we have a new CP3 pump coming. Yeah, pretty much about where we're at. So we'll get all that stuff freshened up. And while I'm doing that, Justin has been hustling. Let me tell you what, guys. So a lot's happened here. He got the frame cut out for the AC compressor so you can run air conditioning on this truck. He's working on a new engine cross member. So they originally put this one in down here, kind of flimsy, not really up to our standards. So we wanted to put something in a little beefier. So we're doing some 2x3 tubing, quarter wall, and he is making a nice cross member that fits in there right under the motor mounts, where really that's where a lot of your torque is. So we're gonna have that mount there. We've obviously got this here, and then the front of the frame where the leaf spring hanger mounts were welded on, they weren't done. They were okay, but we saw some cracking in the welds and stuff like that. So we went ahead and gusseted everything. Justin built all this, put these gussets in, got this thing fully welded in. It looks a lot better, a lot safer. I'm sure some of you weld experts will have something to say, but I think he did a pretty damn good job. And now that once this cross member's done, we'll be ready to set the engine in the truck, which is gonna take a little bit of time, but not too much. Once the paint dries, I'm gonna start getting this thing pulled off. I'll start getting stuff back on it, getting the head and all that stuff, and we'll basically be assembling this old girl and hopefully hear her run. Hopefully this turns into a quick turnaround on a fun project. I'm gonna get some stuff cleaned up, but we got the oil pan back on it, fresh rear main seal in it, and everything from the bottom to the back is good. We'll get this cover off, replace this seal, redo the front cover on this thing, and then at that point, be ready to start setting the cylinder head back on the old girl. So, and Justin is done for now. That cross member is welded in. She is stout. We're gonna cut the old cross member out, get rid of it. And then, as you guys know, you already did that. Just showed you that. And then hopefully within the next day or two, we'll start setting this motor back in.
Yeah. We gotta be setting it in soon.
Soon.